So in our previous video, we have learned how to perform insert operation in the linked list. Now in this video, we are going to learn how to perform delete operation in the linked list. So we'll start with changing the menu in the main function. Okay. So I have introduced three functions. One is delete first node and then delete uh, last node and delete in between node, and accordingly I have changed the case and I have also changed the choice also. And first we'll start with delete first. So I'm commenting the other two function. Now the next to this we need to start with delete. Okay. So void delete the first node, that is delete first is our function name. Okay. So inside this function we are going to use another structure node type, that is temp. Okay, so this temp will always point to the node to be deleted. So we are using another node temp of structure data type. This temp will always point to the node to be deleted. Here, this temp will delete the first node in the list. So this temp should be, the first node in the list, temp should be equal to start, because start is the first node in the list. Okay, but before deleting, we have to make the new start node, second node as the new start node, because if we delete the first node, the second node becomes the starting node. So that second node address will be there in start next. First node next will point to the second node address. So I'm making the first start node to point to start node next. So we are replacing the starting value with node 2 address, which is there in start next. Okay. And once we have done that, we can free that temp. Okay. So that start node, previous start node can be deleted. So this simple code will help us delete the first node. Now we'll run and see how this works. Okay. I'll try to get that execution part. Okay. Okay. Now see, all the menu of linked list is created. We are interested in deleting the first node. For that, first we'll create the node with linked list with 4 nodes, 10, 20, 30 and 40. And after that we'll display, so 10, 20, 40, 30, 40 is displayed. Now we need to delete the first node, choice is 7. If we display, 10 should be deleted, right? So 20, 30, 40 will be displayed. See here, 20, 30, 40 is displayed and we have deleted the first node. And if you give 10 exit choices there, we have successfully completed delete operation. Okay. Now coming to delete last, we are interested in deleting the last node. So we'll again go, we'll start the function for delete last. So let me copy this to avoid retyping. Okay. I'm copying this delete first and I'm renaming first as delete last function. And then here again we need to know the temp, but here temp is not equal to the starting node, but it is the last node. Okay, so we have to traverse the entire list to go to the last node. But we want last but one node also. So we'll be using two pointers, pre-PTR and pre-PTR, because last but one node, next we have to make it as null here if we are going to delete the last node. So for that we are using two pointers, PTR and pre-PTR as usual, and we'll be traversing till the last node. So last node next is equal to null. So we'll be making pre-PTR and pre-PTR PTR to point to next nodes. So we'll make pre-PTR is equal to PTR first. First we have to make our pre-PTR should be equal to PTR, and then we have to make PTR to move to the next node. So in this way, we can make pre-PTR and PTR to point to next cell. Okay, now we have done it. So after this while loop, our PTR will be in the last node and our pre-PTR will be in the last but one node. So our next task is we have to copy this PTR in temp. Okay, so that is our last node. And then we have to make pre-PTR next to null because that pre-PTR node is the current last node. So last node will be referred with next pointer being null. Now if we do so, and then if we free temp, that final, the last node pointed by PTR will be deleted, freed. Okay. Now we'll run the code and see whether delete last is working fine. Again, we'll create the node. 3 nodes, 10, 20, 30. And then we'll delete the last node. We have deleted. Enter your choice now. Display to. Okay. Last node is deleted. Okay. Coming to the next function. We are interested in deleting the in-between node. So delete in-between function we need to call. Okay. Here again we'll be using PTR and pre-PTR. PTR will be pointing to the node to be deleted. So we want to get what node we want to delete. Okay. So PTR data should be equal to some number. That number we have to get. The node we are interested in deleting. That we have to get. Okay. So before this, I'll try to get the number. Okay. Enter the node which we want to delete here. So I'm copy pasting the code. I'm printing it and I'm sorry, pasting it, and we will rewrite the statement. Enter the node value to be deleted, or enter the node to be deleted. Okay, and I'm getting it in num. Okay, so again we are moving pre-pointer and pointer data. So this PTR will point to the node which we need to delete. Okay, and accordingly pre-PTR will be pointing to the next list. Now, what is the only thing we have to make? We have to make pre-PTR next to point to PTR next. By doing so, we are making a link from pre-PTR node to the next node after PTR. So this PTR will be pointed by temp. That is the node to be deleted, and we can delete that particular node. Okay. So this line will make our task complete, and after that we can delete that temp. I'm sorry, free that temp. Now there is an extra close bracket. We have to delete that. Okay. Now, so this is what we want. Now we can compile and see. Okay. We can run the code. Okay. Create 5 nodes now. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. Okay. Now 8 in between node. Last node we are deleting, 50 deleted, and 9 is in between node. So this code will work fine. You please try to execute the same. Thank you.